I'm so happy and grateful now that money flows to me in increasing quantities from multiple sources on a continuous basis. Yes, sir! What's going on, family? It's your man, Mr. Law of Attraction, back for another video. You're watching me for the first time. I studied with this man, Bob Proctor, for 2 years, and it completely changed my life. So the information I'm going to be sharing with you, I was dead broke sleeping in my car when I met Bob Proctor, and in less than 45 days, I scaled my income to over $100,000 per month in profit. And I've been studying this now for 5 years, and it's changed my life, helped me make millions of dollars online. And it wasn't just me, because I've also trained 500 plus clients on helping them grow their businesses with the same material. So if you like any of the concepts I'm covering in today's video, you can check out the links in the description below. I have courses and coaching if you want to book a call with me. So without further ado, how to bend reality so that it begins to obey you. So there's 3 concepts I'm going to be covering in this video, so make sure you get your thinking cap on and don't get distracted by TikTok and Instagram. First concept we're going to be talking about is called the code projection. Second concept we're going to be covering is called the devil's language. The third concept is called creative power, and how you can finally break the chain of lack and limitation and finally live your dream rich life. We're talking about rich in your bank account, rich in your relationships, and rich in your health, and rich in your happiness. Yes, sir. Okay, let's get into the first one, the code. All right, so we got our stick figure here. Now, you may have seen this with Bob Proctor, because that's where my lineage of study comes from, okay? So this is our stick figure here. Top part is conscious mind. Bottom part is subconscious mind. But let me go ahead and hit record so you can see what I'm doing here. And boom, now you should see it right there. Okay, so we got our conscious mind, we have our subconscious mind, and then we have our body right here. Now, connected to our conscious mind. Now, in this particular concept, we're going to be focusing on your antennae, the way you input information. Because in order to break the cycle of lack and limitation, you have to understand what's actually going on, how the projection is actually working. So connected to our conscious mind, we have these antennae: see, hear, smell, taste, and touch. Okay, so this is the first part. Whether you study Joe Dispenza, I studied him, I went to his retreats, and he talked about the quantum field, or you talk about Bob Proctor and the law of vibration. You talk about the CIA gateway process, they call it the hologram. I mean, you could call it whatever you want, the matrix, the field, the universe, whatever. Everybody talking about the same thing. What they're talking about is a code that's embedded into the DNA of this world. So we're going to call this the code. Okay, there's some type of code. Think of it like ones and zeros. Like, you're not watching me in real life right now. You're watching code, ones and zeros that have been programmed by the algorithms of YouTube, and you're able to see and hear me, right? So ones and zeros, okay? Think of it like that. So there's some type of code that's inside of this real world here. So what happens is whatever's impressed upon that code, even in the Science of Getting Rich, Wallace Waddle said, whatever thoughts you impress upon the formless substance, you will begin to hold in your hand. And that's me paraphrasing it. So the code then responds to the real world results. Okay, it becomes this feedback loop. Now you might be thinking, well, what is the code and how is it working? Well, it's based on your thoughts. Whatever thoughts, based on your conscious mind, right here, this is the focus of this concept. Whatever thoughts you are holding in your mind, and then putting feeling behind, so plant into your subconscious mind, you are then impressing upon the code, the formless substance, the matrix, okay? You're impressing upon all things that are connected, that code. And whatever is impressed upon that formless substance code will then turn into real world results. You follow me here? That is an important concept. No matter whether you're taking control of your life consciously or letting it just go by, you're creating everything in your reality right now. You might be living in lack and limitation. Your relationships not might be there. You might be stuck at that 6-figure level. A lot of you guys that are watching me are at the 6-figure level, and you're wanting to crack the 7-figure level or multi-7-figure level. You're going to have to understand this concept. Two times I scaled my business to 7 figures. They were from dead broke. I went with Bob Proctor, earned 7 figures, lost it all, then built it right back again with this same concept. Because it doesn't matter where you're at right now. You can create a new reality, but you have to understand concept number 1, that whatever thought you put behind feeling and impress upon this code, matrix, formless substance, hologram, it will then project onto the outside world. So I want you to take a concept about what's going on in your life right now. Look at your current living situation. Are you happy? Like Bob says, are you living your life right now? The lifestyle that you want? Are you making the money that you want? Are you in the relationship that you want? Whatever it is that you want. Are you living it right now? And if not, you can change it today, but you're going to have to start thinking in a new version of yourself. Why? Because whatever conscious thought you impress upon this code, which is embedded in all of this world, will then project onto the outside world. So I want you to pay close attention to that word. It's a projection. It doesn't matter. It's not real. You can change it. And that's the first concept you're going to have to understand here is the projection. Okay, so now that we understand that whatever thought we place in our mind and impress upon this formless substance, any thought that we impress upon the code, it will then project into the outside world, meaning that the physical world is a delayed manifestations of the thoughts that we have. Now, why is that? Because we're living on three simultaneous planes of existence. We're living in a spiritual realm, we're living in a mental realm, and we're living in a physical realm. That's what my tattoo represents: spiritual, mental, and physical. So the physical realm is the slowest form of vibration. It's a projection of the thoughts that you've impressed, whether you've done it with intention or without intention. And so the first concept I'm going to have to embed into you is that you can change your reality. First, take hold of your results. Where's your results right now? Take responsibility for it, and you can change it. Yes, sir. So let's talk about changing it. You have been falling into what I call concept number 2, the devil's language. So now remember that concept. So here we go. Let's go back into it here. We have our guy, our conscious mind. This is you, your body. You have your conscious mind, you have your subconscious mind, and your body. Okay, so remember the code concept I just did in number 1. So what most people do is they're looking at their outside results. Okay, let results be your money in this case, because I love money. I love money. That's why I started this video with that. I'm so happy and grateful now that money flows to me in increasing quantities and from multiple sources on a continuous basis. Yes, sir. Get that planted in your head, brother and sister. Those, I know the lady's been watching me on this channel here too. So let's talk about your outside results. So let's just say you've been stuck at, say, the $10,000 per month level, but you really want to get to that $100,000 per month level. So in this concept number 2 in devil's language, so you're looking at your outside results, and your outside results say no matter how hard you work, how many courses you take, how much information you take on, what happens is you're stuck at that 6-figure level. You got enough concepts and enough action behind to get you enough where you're living fine, but you can't seem to break that next level. What's going on here? So let's go back to those antennae again. See, hear, smell, taste, and touch. So let's focus on the one here, see. Okay, so based on what you see here, okay, let me draw a different color here. Let's do red. So based on what's going on in the outside projection, which is a delayed manifestation, remember, of the code, based on what you see, it hits your antennae and you input. Okay, this is what my bank statement says today. This is what my income says today. Based on how many contacts I have, this is what my numbers will be this month. Based on what happened last month, this is what the numbers will be. If I ever thought like that, I would have never been able to scale to 100,000 a month in less than 45 days. Because my bank said less than $1. Next month, it says $100,000 because I didn't do this concept right here. You have to understand what's going on. So based on what you're seeing here, it starts to form an image. Let me erase this part here. So you understand that's the conscious mind, okay? So based on what's going on outside, you start to see a new image. A new image pops up in your conscious mind, okay? Because we are thinking creatures. We're creatures where our mind is based off of images. And any time in reality, you are living in 2 worlds, your internal world and your external world. Okay, and I'm going to prove it to you right now. Go ahead and close your eyes. I don't want you to follow me in this as an example, okay? So I want you to bring up the image of me watching how I'm sitting right now. So you've been watching this video for a few minutes now. Shout out to you. You didn't get distracted. You're still here. But pop up the image. What color shirt am I wearing? Who's on my TV right now? What color was my iPad, if you happen to know? Now open your eyes back up. You see, now here I am. You're seeing me now. You see, with this antenna right here, an image is popping up with your physical eye. But in that example, when your eyes were closed, that same image popped up. Why? Because you think in images. Follow me here. So what's happening in this devil's language, concept number 2 here, is you're looking at your outside results, and based on what you're seeing, smelling, tasting, and touching, it's forming an image in your mind, an unconscious image. It's more important, it's unconscious image. You're not choosing the thought. So that image then, it gets planted into your subconscious mind with repetition now. And what's happening here most specifically is you're starting to feel it. You're starting to feel the lack of limitation. You're starting to feel the $10,000 per month frequency or whatever income level you're at right now. You're feeling that. And let me tell you, I'll be completely honest with you. It's so much easier to get emotionally involved and feel the outside physical world, especially if you're not trained on these concepts, than to see something in your mind and feel it just the same as if you had it in your hand. I must say, we've been trained so long to get emotionally involved in the outside world. So I'm not saying that this is easy. It's just new mental gymnastics you're going to have to learn. But when you learn it, it's going to change your life. So you're looking at the outside results. It forms an image in your conscious mind, and you get more emotionally involved in it because you see it with your eyes. You touch it. You're eating the lifestyle of a six-figure earner in this example, or wherever your income level is at. And because of that, that image then plants into your body in the form of a frequency, right? Our body, this is the house of our mind. Whatever our body is doing, it's a direct manifestation of the feelings that we're emotionally involved in. Feeling is a word that we invented to describe our conscious awareness of our vibration. So if you're feeling bad, you're in a bad vibration. If you're feeling good, you're in a good vibration. Follow me here. So now, what kind of vibration are you going to be in when your conscious mind is filled with your outside projection? What kind of vibration are you going to be in when you're emotionally involved in the outside projection? Well, you're going to be in the same freaking frequency. Your body's going to be doing the same thing. One thing I learned from Joe Dispenza is we have anywhere from 60 to 70,000 thoughts every single day, and 90% are the same as yesterday, meaning we keep thinking in cycles, thinking in cycles. You did the same thing today, most likely that you did yesterday. You keep thinking the same patterns. We call that a paradigm. It's your programming, it's your habits. And so what's happening here in this concept is you're starting to vibrate at the same level. Now, what does that vibration express itself? It expresses itself in actions. So now you're going to start to take actions to the same degree of the frequency that we have here in our results. What does that look like? It's not what you do, it's how you do it. It's not what you say, it's how you say it. You could be making the same ad, the same post, the same coaching call, the same sales call, doing the same thing, but you're doing it from a frequency of lack of limitation. And most importantly, in this example, in the devil's language, you're doing it for the frequency of your outside projection. This is why it's been difficult for you to scale quantum levels. We talk about quantum leaping here. 10K to 100K, 20K to 200K a month. We're talking about doubling, 3xing, 5xing, 10xing your income in the next 90 days or less by doing less work, by using your mind, by using these concepts of the law of attraction. And in order to do that, you're going to have to think differently about yourself, about the world, and how everything works. And you'll start to make more money. You'll start to have more happiness. You'll start to have more peace. You'll have more profit and have more purpose. Life will be much more exciting. So follow me here. So you're taking actions to the vibration or to the degree, the frequency of the same outside world. And that's why I call this the devil's language. Because the devil will get you to believe that whatever's happening in the projection is your true reality. That where you're at right now, that's who you are. And that is not true. Because I've lived this so much. And that's why I get so passionate about this. Because it doesn't matter where you're at right now. You could be having $1 in your bank account right now and end this month with $100,000. If you believe it, say amen in the chat. Yes, sir. That's what I'm talking about. You can change your life today because you don't have to fall to the devil's language. And I know it. And I'm not just talking shit here. I'm talking because I've lived it. Bob Proctor would talk about it, but then I experienced it for myself. And then I showed it to 500 of my clients and they did the same. And you can do the same. So in order to leave into a new life, we're going to have to exit out of this devil's language. And we're going to have to go into concept number 3 here, which is the creative process. Now you might be asking, Mr. Law of Attraction, Mr. Abundant, Mr. Magnetic, how we going to do that? How we going to do that? Let's talk about it right here. So let's talk about the creative process. All right. So I guess we're red today. Okay, let's go back to our stick figure here. All right. So one of the first concepts I learned from Bob Proctor is there's a power flowing into our consciousness, right? There's a power flowing into our consciousness, and that power gives us the ability to think. Your brain is not your mind. Your mind is in your fingernails. Your mind is in your lungs that is keeping you breathing. Your mind is allowing your blood to flow. Your mind is in all parts of your body. Your mind is not particularly your brain. Your brain is just an electric magnetic switching station. But through that brain, we're able to download and export frequencies and thoughts. Okay, so there's this power that flows into our consciousness that allows us to think. Okay. So here's what we're going to have to do. You are going to have to use a different mental faculty. That is called imagination. I'm going to write I right here. You're going to have to use your imagination to create a life that you want. What does it look like to be at that $100,000 per month or whatever income goal that you have? What does it look like to be Mr. Abundant? What does it look like to be Mr. Magnetic? To be rich in your bank account, to be rich in your relationships, to be rich in your happiness, to be rich in your purpose. What does that look like? You're going to have to close your eyes and go to that second part of your eyes. Remember, you can see with your eyes and you can see with the eye in your mind. You have to use your imagination, a different mental faculty. This is a spiritual mental faculty. You have to create an image of your mind of what does that look like. Don't be lazy right now. Get out a piece of paper and pen and write down exactly what that looks like. Don't cheat yourself. Don't cheat yourself on this. Get a clear image of what that looks like. You go out there. I used to love that. Go there. Go there to that frequency. There's a version of you that's already living the life that you want. And the way we can prove it is because creation is already finished. And the fact that you can feel it means you're tapping into that frequency from a subconscious level. You can feel that guy. But you have to bring him into reality, not with your hands, but with your imagination. Yes, sir. Now, that power flows into our conscious mind. We're going to use our imagination to form a new image of what it looks like to live on that dream life. I remember when I was in Dubai, I went to Dubai with $1,000. And I said I was going to build my life again. This is after losing seven figures with Bob Proctor and going broke again. I went out there and I was seeing that, man. I was seeing myself making $100,000 a month again. Boom. I was seeing it. I was feeling it. And I was acting like it. And then I started this YouTube channel in the first month, little under $100,000. Boom. Did it again. Proving that this thing worked. So now that you used your imagination to form a new image in your conscious mind, we're going to then plant that into the subconscious mind. The same concept that we were doing in the devil's language in concept 2, where we're observing the outside projection, and based on what we were seeing here, we were getting emotionally involved in it. But now we're going to cut that shit out. Put that in the chat right now. Cut that shit out. We're going to cut out the projection. It's not real. It's a delayed manifestation of what's going on here. So you have to understand that concept. You're going to have to cut out everything that's going on in the outside world. I don't care how many views you're getting right now. I don't care how many contacts you have right now. I don't care how many views you're getting right now. I don't care. It doesn't matter. You can exit that out and you can start to live in here. F what's going on out there. Live in here. Then you're going to plant into the subconscious mind. How are we going to do that? We're going to plant that into the subconscious mind by meditation. That is the medium that we will use. And this is how I found. Bob never told me how to meditate. I actually stumbled across it. It's so hot. I'm getting hyped out here, man. I'm getting hyped. Y'all hyped or what? Bob never taught me this concept. He would just say get emotionally involved. And I didn't really know what that meant. But while I was experimenting with Bob and doing these things 5 years ago, I stumbled across meditations. And what would happen in these meditations, I would fall asleep. And I teach this to my clients. I would fall into something called theta or delta. Not delta, that's too deep. I'd fall into like a theta state where I was like half asleep and half awake. And in there, planting the image, right? That image we created with our imagination. Seeing yourself taking the sales calls. See yourself working with the clients. See yourself working on stage. See yourself buying the car. See yourself living the life that you want. See it, feel it, touch it. All right there in your imagination. Boom, 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 boom. Just hitting your mind. And the cool thing about the subconscious mind is it can't tell the difference between what's real and what's fake. And so while you're doing these meditations of this new image that you created, and you're doing your meditation 10 minutes a day, two to three times a day, and your subconscious mind is starting to believe that you're that person. And watch how the magic starts to happen in your life within 2 to 3 weeks. So meditation is a medium that I have found in my personal life to plant that image into the subconscious mind 2 to 3 times per day. So now, going back into the body, remember, whatever image that we're mostly involved in will then change the vibration of our body. We will start to believe we're that new person. We will start to believe we're that new self-image. Even with Napoleon Hill, when he was with Andrew Carnegie, and Andrew Carnegie gave him a statement. I don't know it off the top of my head, but it was something along the lines of this. Andrew Tate, I will create more millionaires that you, or sorry, Andrew Tate, Andrew Carnegie, Andrew Carnegie. I will create more millionaires than you ever did, and I will pass you at the grandstand. If you guys read Think and Go Rich, you guys get the concept. And at first, Napoleon Hill didn't believe it, but after him saying in the mirror, he would hide into the bathroom so his brother didn't see him because he was so embarrassed. But he kept doing it and doing it. And within 30 days, he knew it was going to happen because the subconscious mind started to believe that it was real. He wasn't just saying it with the verbal words. He was seeing it with the mental eye here. And so now, follow the concept. Now we're going to be in a new vibration, okay? And now we're going to start to take actions. But now we're going to start to take actions to the degree of a new frequency. To the frequency of what? The frequency of the projection? No, 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 because we've cut that off already. We're going to start to slowly, through the bridge of incidents, as Neville Goddard used to say, we are going to start to take actions now that we've never would have done before. New ideas start to download into your mind while you're in the shower, 5 a.m, while you're driving, while you're cooking. You start to see synchronicities throughout your life. You start to see ideas start to pop into your mind. Ideas that you never had before. Why? Because you weren't on the frequency. You have now raised your frequency by planting that image into your mind over a span of 2 to 3 weeks. You're starting to think and feel and see yourself as a different person. And so now you're going to start to take action to the degree of the new frequency. And now you're emitting that. You're emitting a new frequency. What is a frequency? It's your thoughts, your feelings, and your actions. And where's the law of attraction come in? The law of attraction come here. The law of attraction is a reaction to the frequency that you're emitting. So now in this concept, you see how we can start to change our life because the law of attraction will start to react to the new frequency that we're embodying. The image that we took from our thinking power, the new from imagination, the one that we planted into our subconscious mind through meditation, it got emotionally involved in, and we started to change our self-image over a span of a couple weeks. You start to take new actions that you never took because you're not thinking the same 60 to 70,000 thoughts anymore. And now you could be, and now here, pay close attention to me. You could be doing the same action, the same video, the same sales call, the same concept, the same content, but now you're doing it from a heightened version because now it's not what you're doing, it's how you're doing it. It's not what you're saying, it's how you're saying it. And people can feel that. And well, now the law of attraction will come and react to you, and it'll change your environment, it'll change your circumstances, and it'll start to change your life. You follow me here? This is how you can start to create a new reality where the outside world begins to obey you because now you've become the creator. You're not a slave to the projection anymore. You're not a slave to the devil's language anymore because you're thinking now from a new state. Does that make sense? Get a clear image of what that looks like. Use your imagination. Then you're going to go and meditate on that image. Even write it on a little card like this. I always keep my card, my goal card on me. I give this to all my clients. If you're in the school group right below, it's a couple $100 a month. You get one of these. Or all my high ticket clients, they got one. Keep it on the card. Keep it on the front of your mind. Meditate on it 2 to 3 times a day. And you'll start to take quantum actions. And this is a lot of times for those of you that are like at the 6-figure level or doing well for yourself. You're like thinking about hiring me, which you'll book a call with me below. This is I help you work through this place because the first 2 are easy. Creating an image, meditating, that's easy. But for those of you that have been studying this and haven't been able to crack it, it's because you're not doing the action part. Starting to assume the position and taking quantum actions. Because sometimes you're gonna have to go into other mental faculties that you've never used before, such as intuition and being able to guide that. It's like a language. So I teach that to my upper level clients on how to like download new sales mechanisms and how to navigate their business. So that's a lot of things I do with my upper level clients to help them quantum leap. But if you're just starting off, maybe the school group's good for you. But if not, you're gonna have to learn how to do that yourself. Download from intuition to know which actions to take so you can quantum leap much faster. It's using leverage. Not only leverage physically, but leverage spiritually. So you can take one action. That action is worth 100 actions. You follow me here? So that's what we're going to do right there. So if this video helped you out, make sure you subscribe below. If you want help on how to take this to the next level, you could take my course, a couple $100 a month on school. I have 30 videos taking you through each step of how to do this, how I've been able to quantum leap my life. And if you're that 6-figure earner, like that guy that really wants to work with me directly so we can make this shit go faster, hit that 7-figure level, you'll hit the second link where you'll book a call with me. I know this video is helpful for you. Get out there and change your life because I know you can. I've done it. I've seen hundreds of people do it, and I know that you can do it too, but you got to apply this to your life. See you guys in the next video. Take care.